Welcome to the TLC Unleashed Show, Hollywood Vibes, Sports and Life with your host, Tracy Lynn. This show is brought to you by Quest Nutrition. Cheat, clean, and make healthy eating fun with Quest Nutrition products. Good evening. Welcome to the show tonight, guys. I'm sorry we're a few minutes late. LA traffic for everybody. We're also getting set up here right now on Instagram Live, so we're going to make sure that's all set up. How are you guys today? It's a beautiful day in Southern California. What a beautiful day out. Finally, the sunshine's coming. So I guess we shouldn't complain though, right? So I want to make sure that I got you all set up there. So welcome to the show. We have the beautiful Nefertari. Did I say it right?
You did.
Okay, and I didn't even practice. All right. Yay, Plessy. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I know. We've been talking about this for a while, so it's great that we finally got it to make it happen.
Definitely.
We're echoing a little bit there. We met probably about just
I think it's 2 years ago now.
Yeah, just over 2 years, and we met at the Single Moms Planet organization, and you are the CEO, president. Is that what we like to call you?
Founder, CEO.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Is this mic still on? Yeah? Okay, good, because I couldn't hear myself. We met about 2 years ago, and we had such a great time. And I love the organization. I love what it's about. Also, being a single mom myself, my son's father was in the picture, and he always has been in the picture. And he's a great father. But I was a single mom, and didn't have a lot of support of my family. So I know what it's like to raise a child, and he's a successful young man now, which is an amazing thing. So
That's awesome.
yeah. So let's talk a little bit about you. How did you come up with the idea in your organization for Single Moms Planet?
At the time when I created Single Moms Planet, I was really looking for community that I could relate to.
Okay.
And so I created one.
Okay.
Hey.
All right, guys. Sorry, we're a little disheveled today, but we have got our other guest here, Asia Saffold. Welcome. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all these beautiful girls in these shots. So this is your camera here, and this is your camera. You're sharing both the camera there.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, welcome. I'm glad you made it.
Thanks
so
for
good
having
to
me.
see you.
Sorry
Yeah.
I'm a tad bit late.
Oh, it's okay. It happens. LA traffic is the worst.
Oh
the
my
worst.
Yes,
the
it
worst.
is.
So we were just talking about how she had found Single Moms Planet. So go ahead and we'll just finish up on that.
I was looking for a community, and so I created one that I could relate to, that I could feel comfortable sharing in, sharing or with, and that I could also be a support system for.
Okay.
My mom raised me as a single mom, and she really didn't have a community when she was doing it. And so she was fully by herself. I'm very blessed to have their father who co-parents with me with the boys. But there's a lot of moms who don't have that support. We have quite a few moms who are widows, and they're young widows too. It's really, can be heartbreaking, and they still have the full-time responsibility of being a mom and a provider, and they just need that community support. And so that's really, it kind of took its own life over time. It's developed into more than when I was creating it, I always thought it would be something really amazing, but it's definitely something where I asked the community, what do you need? What are you guys looking for? Because, where I was when I created it, where I am now are two different spaces. And then there's women who are maybe just freshly divorced, who need certain tools, or there may be moms who want to focus on business, who need support around relationships and love, or they just want to heal. They're not really interested in dating. They just want their own space. They just want to enjoy their kids.
Yeah.
So there's all levels of moms. Even some moms have adult children.
Yeah.
Their kids are out of the house, and they just want to be a part of a community that they still can relate to.
That's so amazing, because I wish that something like that was provided for me because I was a really young mom and I had no idea what I was doing. There was no manual on how to be a mom, especially a single mom, and, having to work and going to school. I was always working. I pretty much worked 2 to 3 jobs my whole life.
Right.
And, to provide for my son and provide for me, and then going to school to educate myself as well. So continuing education continuously. So, I mean, and the support, not having the support of my family, unfortunately, was, a bigger thing. And so it's really tough. I mean, I remember times where I really wanted to give up because I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't think I'm doing a great job. But, you learn as you go that, there's no right or wrong way. Well, there are, I guess, some wrong ways to do it, but there's no real right ways to be a mom. And you just kind of explore through it. And just, I felt like I fumbled my way through it. But, now that I look back, I made a lot of mistakes, but, I have such a beautiful relationship with my son. And we're such great friends now. And he's he's so successful and he's doing so amazing. And it's just, I really wish that I had this platform. So I'm really grateful that these women have this, and like you say, widows or moms that are just getting out of divorce, because I mean, that in itself is stressful.
It's huge. Yeah. Yes. It's a huge adjustment. I don't even know if you ever really fully adjust. You just make it work.
Yeah.
It can be very emotional for the mother and the father, and also very much so for the children, and even the unit around the family. So the grandparents and the aunties, they all are experiencing the trauma.
Yeah.
And so, we definitely are just excited to be that support system. And you said something a few minutes ago about, feeling like you're not doing it right. I mean, even when whether if you're married or you're divorced or you're a widow, I think every mother feels like she's not doing something right. No matter how old you are, no matter if you're a 50-year-old mom or a 17 or 16-year-old mom, you're always trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And sometimes, even for me now, I may have a situation with one of my kids, especially my older one. He's growing into a teenager now, and
how
I'm just
old are your kids? And both. I've never met your kids. I've met Asia's little ones, and they're so adorable. So, how old are both of your kids?
I have an 11-year-old son who's going to be 12, and I have an 8-year-old who's going to be turning 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Asia?
And I have a daughter who is 5.
Okay.
And my son is 3.
Okay, and they're little red carpet king and queen.
They're
like,
they love it. Oh my gosh, they love it.
They're like, yeah, get this, and then I love it because then they get bored all of a sudden, and they're like, and we're out.
Exactly, that's so them.
I love it. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we don't really know, how it's done, and it's hard too being in relationships as well. Like, having the husbands too, because they also, are going through the same type of experiences, just a little bit different than we are as well. So tell us some of the platforms that you provide in Single Moms. So is it the community, so you get together? Is there support groups? Like, how does it work so that we can explain to these? Because I know there's so many moms out there that can benefit from this.
Sure. Single Moms Planet, we have a couple of core focuses. One of them definitely is financial literacy. Okay. Actually, during our award show this year, we were able to implement our Smart Mommy, Smart Money program.
Yeah.
And we did that 2 years ago with New York Life. And so we were really excited about that. So we definitely look at financial, a relationship with money, a healthy relationship with money. Yes. Is really important because it releases a lot of stress that may be there. Learning how to save, even if it's just a little bit. Not rewarding your children for the trauma that's happening with spending money on them is really key. I think that's for any household, because families who are married or divorced or whatever, they all go through things. Yes. And I think sometimes we try to overstimulate our kids, or we think that they need a lot of things when really they just want to sit on your lap, or they just want to hold your hand and walk in the park, or they just want to talk to you, or just know you're there. That's what they're more so looking for.
Yeah.
And so we really try to implement those things. And then we also do a camping trip every year.
Oh my gosh, how
we
fun.
do that with the Boy Scouts of America.
Okay.
We actually do it in the summertime.
Yeah.
We have a trip that we do to Catalina Island. So we do that for 2 nights. And so that's really awesome. And then we have a tennis camp that we have for the kids that's through UCLA as the sponsor.
Okay.
And then we have a mastermind brunch for the moms. And then we tier that off with another thing that we call Martinis and Mommies.
Nice. I love it. You're hitting all of it. I love it. Another idea, I I'll just throw things out there as I go. And I know Asia and I had talked about it a little bit before, but we do self-defense courses. So, yes, with Spice Williams Crosby and Jennifer Silverstein, they are the senseis and instructor of this course. And I've kind of just, starting to get in there and piggyback on learning a lot from them. And they've been teaching me so much. But they having another course August. And it's at the House of Champions. And it's also, I believe they do them with Pierce College as well. But what a great idea to get the moms and also the young girls and children. And we also do it for guys as well, some of the seminars. So I would love for you guys to be part of that, because what another great tool to put into the toolbox of, being able to protect yourself and teaching these skills and tools to our kids too.
Definitely. That would be awesome.
Yeah. So let's definitely talk about that a little bit more. It's called I Fight for My Life.
Oh, wow.
And it's a phenomenal seminar, and just teaching you basically skills and techniques in case you were to be, like mugged or robbed, or, Spice has this story, that happened to her, this experience where she actually got robbed with her son.
Oh.
And, it's just tragic, and coming from a woman like that's a stunt woman, she's tougher than nails. And, sometimes situations just get out of hand. And so this is a great thing that we can provide with you guys as well. So I'd love to partner up. And I know these girls would love to. I mean, they're amazing.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that would be cool. And Asia, how did you get involved? So I'd like to welcome to the show now Asia Saffold. She's the queen of the balanced mom. So she's going to teach us all her tips and tricks and of the trade of being a balanced mom, and a philanthropist and a humanitarian. Just both wonderful, wonderful women. I met you both at about the same time, about 2 years ago. So I'd like to welcome you to the show as well, Asia.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited you're here.
Yes, and alongside Nefertiri. So
Yes.
happy to share this interview with her as well. You asked me how we met.
Yes.
Actually, we met through my husband.
Okay.
Who, the first year we moved to LA, which was in the summer of 2016.
Yeah.
We moved here with his team, the Rams, from St. Louis. So
Yeah.
we were just getting our feet wet, and we really wanted to figure out how we can kind of come to the city and really make an impact, because we were really active in St. Louis, and we didn't want to let that die. We wanted to come here and still in the spirit of the team and the spirit of just our family in general. We wanted to really come and make this our community. So I know he had attended one of her events.
Yes.
And I remember him coming home, and he was just bragging about how wonderful this event was. And he was like, you have to meet Nefertiri. She's such a boss. This is such an amazing organization. And I was like, yeah, because at this point, I'm all about it. I'm like, I'm looking to get involved. And, And this was during the time when we were filming our show.
Yes.
And I was actually doing a charity event. And she came to my charity event, which was so awesome. And we had a conversation, and we just kind of hit it off. And I was just so interested to learn more about her and her organization and what I could do to help and how I could learn from her. I was just all about,
I love that. I love that. And just to let you guys know, so Asia's husband is Roger Saffold. He plays for the LA Rams. What position does he play?
So right now he is at left guard, but he's kind of played all over the offensive line.
Okay, fantastic, amazing player, just a wonderful couple and their family. It's so great to see you guys in action, as I call it, because it's just, you can see the level of respect, you can see the family unity, and I have a lot of respect for you, and so it was great that we could bring both of you on and share your expertise and just, family values and giving back into the community. I mean, being a new person in coming from St. Louis, that's also hard too, knowing, because I came from Canada, knowing to get your feet in, being the two of you. I know that, are you working with the Nefertiri on is that on the board or for...
We have thought about Asia for the board. She doesn't know that.
See, I you know what? I am clairvoyant. I'm not gonna lie. I might have known this. I don't know. Maybe I'm just creating a position.
Oh my gosh! So I was on her committee putting together the awards this year, which was an amazing experience, by the way.
Thanks.
Like, I love being on the committee, like, just how she had it structured, like, putting together an event of that scale, it takes so much, and she just had a wonderful team, and everybody was just really excited about putting it together. And I learned so much and met some really great ladies.
I love that too, because that's what I saw. That was what I really enjoyed about it. And that's why, I reached out to you too. It was like, can I come next year? Because watching everybody, work together, and everybody just wanted to be a part of something, because when you create something, a platform like this that people want to be a part of, it's a really good thing. I mean, you're helping so many people. People have so much respect for you. And it's such a great thing for so many people. And what I love about it the most is that instead of like tearing other women down, we're empowering other women, and we're helping, and we're learning, and we're wanting to learn. And it's like, hey, what can you teach me? How can I learn? How can I be better? How can I be a better mom, be a better business partner, whatever it may be? But just learning from other women, and strong women. And that's what I love, because, it's very rare that you see it. And, especially, being in LA, it's
it's a different type of city. That's for sure.
Were you born and raised here?
I wasn't. I'm originally from New Orleans, and I grew up in the Bay Area.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been here since I was 18, but I traveled all over the world. But LA is different. I mean, you find your core people. Yeah. And most of a couple of the girlfriends I've had, they're 20-year, 25-year friends. Nice. You kind of hold on to them. Yeah. And you keep them close because, it's an interesting city. People typically come to LA because they want something out of the city. Yeah. Right. So even when they're making friendships or relationships, they're usually not 100% authentic, because they're still based around the person's goal. They're here to make something happen. Yeah. And so if they can utilize you to get to that goal, however they can get to that goal, they will, Yeah. And so I appreciate when someone's really clear with me, from the beginning, hey, this is what I want to do. Can you help me? Right. Versus creating a pretend friendship. Yeah. That's really unauthentic. Nice. And that's only based around when you need something. Yeah. Right? Absolutely. And so I think that's where I think some people get a little bit turned off by LA. But I really love it. I love the city. I think the weather's amazing. I think you have to kind of enjoy the Hollywood moments, but don't be Hollywood. I think that's what's saved me. Yeah. And no drugs and no massive drinking or anything like that. You have to be careful with that. I've seen some really, really beautiful women just disintegrate in front of my eyes, where I'm like, who are you? It's scary.
Sad, because you can't get swallowed up in a big city like this. And like I always tell people go, oh, my friends back home in Canada are like, oh, what's up, Hollywood, when I come home, and I'm just like, I am not.
You're like, no.
I am not Hollywood.
Right. No, I'm not.
It's what I do, but it's not who I am. Right. And, and it's just like, that doesn't define me. And I never want to like immerse myself that much into it. I want to be able to, really stay humble and have that humility to be able to be of service to other people. And that's, that's my goal, and that's my dream. And that's what I believe my purpose on this planet is. And that's why when I meet women like you and I see what you've done and what you've created and how you've created it together and the friendships. And I mean, there was just all these women pulling together, and the men too. And that's you guys had the boys working. I was like, good girls, but they wanted to be there, and they wanted to be part of that. And I think it's such a phenomenal thing, and I hope that you guys can really check out this organization, especially moms out there, single moms, and just reach out and just grab onto these ladies, because this is a phenomenal organization. I've never seen anything like it, and I really wish that I had something like this. So, if I can be part of any way to help you, I would love to be part of that, because it's great. I want to know what you think the most, the key thing is that moms need from you in this organization. What are moms looking for the most?
Asia? Because I know, like, I'm internal, right?
Yeah.
And so I would even say, like, what do you think from some of the women that because Asia has been our media partner for 2 years. And so she's interviewed a lot of the honorees and the moms. And I'm sure she's had conversations that I probably wasn't a part of, right?
Or what they've pulled out of this organization so far, too.
Right. And
the biggest thing.
And even for me, because I was thinking about that, I think the fact, just the community aspect of it. Like you said, like when people are going through this kind of stuff, like these traumas, sometimes they don't have anybody to turn to. Sometimes they don't have anyone to talk to. And Nefertiti has created a space where it's just, you can just walk up to somebody and they can just tell you, whatever, and no one's judging anybody. It's just a safe space where people can just talk about life and talk about their circumstances and then offer ways that they can help each other. So it goes both ways. It's like, you may meet a chef or you may meet anybody and you guys can go back and forth with, how you guys can collaborate to help each other. Yeah. And I think that community aspect is like something that really stands out. And even when I talk to people, my friends that are single moms that live in other states, and I tell them about this organization, I'm like, oh man, I wish you could. And they're like, I wish we had something, where, and I'm like, girl, like it's coming, like it's a wave. Like,
I know. Yeah. It's like, I just got goosebumps. It's like, bring this worldwide because bring it out to Canada, bring it to wherever we can.
Definitely.
Because this is what's needed. It is
a global issue.
It is.
And I know Asia's married. We actually have quite a few married couples that participate. They volunteer. Yeah. We have women who are married who become members of the organization. They come to our events, and I get phone calls and emails from women who are like, I'm considering divorce, and so they want to know, is that the route they want to take or is it not? What does it look like? Because sometimes you see women doing it. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I can do that. And I'm not saying that you can't, but we're not advocates for divorce. Like, I am an advocate for marriage. Yeah. Or, singleness of choice. If you want to be single, that's totally okay too. But if you want to be married or if you want to stay married, I'm all about that. A lot of our moms have actually gotten married while they've been a part of our program.
Wow.
Which is awesome. Like, I love seeing those stories when they're like, I'm engaged and I'm getting married. And I mean, it's really awesome. Yeah. Especially when they're, blending their families and they're getting that support that they need from that significant other. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
It is. And blended families, that's a tough thing. I
haven't done that
yet. I've done it. It's, I've actually, I've done it twice. Okay. With a long relationship and then my ex-husband. And it was tough because, you're not the parent. And I think you just understanding that. The biggest thing for me, and I always get emotional when I talk about this because I was, raised with a stepmom and a lot of stepdads. And the thing is that I never felt like I was loved by the step parents, and it caused a lot of problems. And I was always the cause of their problems. I was always told this growing up, and I always felt really left out, and I just felt unloved and unworthy. And it really stemmed into a lot of my relationship problems growing up. And so the biggest thing is it's not the kid's fault, and we always have to remember, put yourself in their shoes. They're just innocent little beings that have no idea what's going on. They're not in control of this. And we as adults need to put ourselves in the shoes of these kids and go, hey, look, they're innocent. You need to love them as they're your own, or don't be in this relationship because you've accepted this as a blended family. And if you can't accept it with all of its, beauty and all of its little nooks and crannies and all the things that aren't as fun, then you can't do this. I remember the first time it was like, oh, we're going swimming. And it was like the girls are screaming and they're getting their little bathing suits on. And I'm like, I had a boy. I don't know how to do this. Like they're really yelling loud. And I'm like, are they supposed to yell like this loud? I remember my ex-boyfriend being like, yes, they're girls. He's like, you're a girl too. You remember being like that? I was like, no, I was a tomboy. I didn't yell like that. And then I'm like, okay, right? And then it switched. And then I went, oh, wow, this is not right. And then I shifted my thinking and went, okay, this is where if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. If not, it's time for me to check out.
Right.
And that's when I really learned a lot about myself. And I prayed for patience and tolerance. And then I got 2 stepchildren. I was like, and a boyfriend. And so I was like, okay, that's going to really create a lot of tolerance and a lot of patience. And I learned a lot from it. You know, it's not for everybody, but it is an absolutely beautiful thing when you can step into, you're not in that role. You're not, you know, their new mom. But, you know, it's just a beautiful thing. I shared this story once before, but I remember my stepdaughter going, my mom doesn't wear stuff like that. And I had this little bikini on and we were about to go to the pool and she's like, my mom doesn't dress like that. And she kept saying it. She said it about 3 times and I went, oh my, and I kind of started to giggle and I go, you know what? I bet your mom, whatever she wears looks beautiful.
It's amazing, right?
Absolutely. And that's the thing too. You have to have the level of respect for the other partner too.
Sure.
And no matter what the circumstances are. So those are my, you know, little tidbits for the blended families. And I know a lot of people are going through it and struggling and also, you know, doing a great job at it as well.
At it, right?
Yeah. So, you know, you got to put in the work and communicate. I think communication is the biggest thing on anything.
Sure, definitely.
In life. And so let's talk about a balanced mom. How do we be a balanced mom? You've got your career, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're a businesswoman.
A philanthropist.
You've got a lot of stuff going on. I follow her social media and I love it. I'm like.
You're so funny.
I love it.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. So the thing about it, the thing that I love, the things that I'm learning and growing through, when it comes to balance and like doing so much and having so many multi-passions and having so much that you want to accomplish, so much you want to do, just so much that I've been learning that it's very unique to every individual.
Yeah.
So it's not a like in the box kind of solution for everyone.
Yeah.
It's like something like a journey that you kind of go through on your own. And I think for me, it just started with believing that it was possible, believing that I could, and just kind of getting rid of that like limited thinking and that thinking of scarcity and that, and just kind of understanding like, hey, I was kind of put here to live out a full life, you know, and I think it's possible. So just kind of having that epiphany and knowing how it's made me feel, I want to be able to share that same thing with everybody, every woman, every mom to be, everyone that's thinking to becoming a mom. Like, I've just been really passionate now, just kind of spreading that message. And what I've been trying to do is kind of provide different tools, different resources, different just conversations, you know, interviewing moms and kind of figuring out, hey, what's worked for you? Like seeing how in their life, you know, they have been striving to get their balance and it's working for them. So it's just been a learning process and it's been beautiful and it's been really fun.
I love that. And I love what you said too. And I know we all have the same core values when it comes to this. It's that not giving up attitude. And, you know, and it doesn't necessarily have, you don't have to necessarily be a mom out there too. So whoever's listening to the show, if you're not a mom, that's okay. If you're a pet mom, like if you have a plant, like anything, just, you know, still keep pushing forward. And that's the thing that I really want to emphasize today is that no matter what, you can be successful at whatever you want. Just keep fulfilling, you know, those goals and just keep meeting the goals and not giving up, because a lot of us are told that we're not supposed to be doing this. We're not supposed to be, you know, these are men's jobs or whatever they may be, and stick to being a mom.
Right.
But, you know, it's like just going, okay, like you said, living your life outside the box. It's not like do this, do that. Everything's not supposed to be perfect. And it's like, it doesn't look like that. Life does not look like that. So it's okay to fall, get back up, and then keep striving forward. And in a lot of us, you know, we get beat down and life kind of grabs us. And when you're starting an organization or you're being a mom or you're being a wife or whatever it may be, we have to remember that we can do these things. because it gets to be, I listen to audios every single day, and my friends probably think I'm crazy because I send them audios every day at like 4 a.m, and they're like, okay, you should be sleeping, you're crazy. And I'm like, get up, wake up, and keep going. I'm like, come on, you can do this. And they're like, oh my gosh, lay off the caffeine. And I'm just like, and I think about it, but that's the way it has to be. Like, get up out of bed. And I love what Tony Robbins always says. He's like, get up with like, there's so much fire in you. When you hit the floor, people go running because they know you're on.
You are ready.
Yeah,
right.
I am like on. I was like, I don't touch the floor. I don't even touch one toe on the floor unless I know I'm on. Because I'm like, okay, prayers are done, a little meditation, let's go.
Right.
So what is your no give up attitude? How do you get through every day?
Oh, wow. And I'm up to something.
Ah, I love that.
Because if I keep it to myself, it has a high probability of not happening or being delayed.
Do you write it down?
Not all the time.
Okay.
Not all the time. A lot of times I may just say, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. And I'll claim it. And then I'll say, I'm going to do this, and I need you to make sure I do it. So just call me once a week and check in with me. And I'm going to call you and say, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing today. I'm confused. And then I just need you to remind me what I'm doing. Because sometimes I might write it down and it still doesn't register. But when I know that I have other people on the line, like it's bigger than me.
Yeah.
I'm really good with things that are bigger than me.
Yeah.
It's still a little hard for me to love self first. Like I typically want to take on something big that's bigger than me versus like taking on myself.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah, I can fully relate. Every day it's like, oh, but if I pay attention over here to everybody and everything else and all these goals and dreams and my bucket list, then I don't have to focus on me.
Right.
Right? Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So I think like this year, I definitely have been like, okay, I need to like put me on this list, right?
What would that look like to you? Because I'm going to challenge you today because we all want to grow and I want to empower everybody and I expect the same from you guys to challenge me too, and I love that. But what would that look like for you? So would it be going to the spa? Would it be going to a weekend away and just putting your feet up, turning your phone off for an hour? What would that look like for you, putting you first?
Definitely, I want to work out. I have been slacking. I was a dancer for like 6 years, which was awesome because there were other girls on the dance team and we met 3 times a week and we danced for 2 hours and I was in great shape because I'm not a huge gym person and I really won't go if I'm going by myself. Yeah. And so working out, I would love to make sure I do like a spa once a month. But I feel like I need to schedule them in advance and just make the appointment in advance because something always comes up.
You do. And that's the thing because so our kids are whatever they're in, say, I'm going Canadian on you guys. So hockey or like, baseball, or they're in ballet or dance. So we schedule all these appointments for our kids. We get them on time to all these things. Our husbands, we pick up after them. We make them dinner. We do whatever we need to do. So why can't we take 2 hours, put it on the calendar, call the spa, and it's booked? And hey, guys, guess what? This is my spa day, and this is where I'm going to be, and my phone's going to be off. Just wanted to let you know.
It's true.
And so I started doing things like that because I found that I needed to give myself permission. Yeah. I needed myself permission to relax, rejuvenate, and restore myself because I was so depleted at one point that I had nothing left to pull from. And I started just basically like kind of going inwards because I knew that I wasn't going to be as significant and impact a lot of people. And that's what I believe I'm good at. Right. And so I was like, okay, what do I need to do? So I started going to the beach and just sitting on the beach and not telling anyone where I was because I needed to get away and I needed that space for me for clarity. Without that clarity, it's all these, we got this to do, we got that to do, I'm responsible for this, I'm da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and it's like go, 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 go. So when you're on a speed that's so quick, how are we supposed to slow us down? Yes. You have to take that time. So I'm going to check back with you. So starting out workout, if you ever need a workout buddy, I will be there for you in a heartbeat.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And you want to have to go to the gym and lift weights. We can go do some fun stuff on the beach. Just like do jump squats or like do some fun things or even push-ups and stuff like that.
I'm down. Yeah.
Yeah, let's all go. We'll do it.
I would love it.
And, you know, and just time for you. And
It's true.
Yeah, just put it in the schedule, in the calendar, and block it off. If you have a calendar on the wall that everybody sees, then everybody knows. And highlight it in a pink highlighter or a yellow highlighter. This is my day.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah, so try that because I know that it's been really good for me because I really struggled with that for a lot of years and taking that time for me. So I'm going to ask you the same question.
Okay, so I'm actually first in this journey that I've been on.
Yeah.
In more recent times, not always. It hasn't always been that way. But in more recent times, I've been a lot more intentional about self and kind of developing myself and putting myself first more so. So, I mean, I will go to the spa or I will get a massage. I work out.
Yeah.
I'll go through dips and valleys, but I try to work out as regularly as I can and kind of keep my body and my health up top because, oh my God, like the health portion of it, like just the exhaustion that you feel whenever you're not taking care of yourself, all types of different physical things, health things, it's just not worth it. So I'm like, can't let myself get there. I got to at least take care of my health. So but something that I've been kind of putting off, and it has a lot to do with, like you were talking about, the clutter and like the mind clutter and having so much going on and needing to take time to, either get away or, just go sit in nature. I have been like kind of accumulating all of these things in our household and my mind and everything. And I have been putting off doing this declutter challenge that I'm like in the middle of creating.
Nice.
So I'm the type of person, I'm super motivated by like you said, keeping accountable by others. And like, I have to challenge myself. Like I'm like competitive to myself for some, like somehow. But I just want to have a week, 7 days. And I want all these things that is just like cluttered in my house, in my digital, in my mind. Like, let me just take care of it. Let me just minimize, let me get rid of some things that's not helping me, adding value. Let me just kind of take the time to do it. But it's just investing in that time, which those things do take time. It's not just like you have to be intentional and put that on the calendar. So that's what I'm going to try to challenge myself to do is just kind of get those things done that are on my checklist because I look at it every day and every time I'm like, I haven't done this yet.
That's and that's what happens is now you're starting to beat yourself up. Now you have added pressure of already all these things that are cluttered. And the best way that I've always, dealt with things like that is that it's called chunking things. So today I'm decluttering my mind. Yes. Okay, what's that going to look like for me? Okay, I'm going for a hike. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to the spa. I'm going for a walk on the beach. That's going to be 4 hours. Awesome. That's 12 o'clock. There we go. So from 12 to 2. And I actually write it all down because then it's like, okay, follow that check. Good. I'm on schedule. I'm on course. Because as running these award shows and running your organization, if you didn't have it minute to minute to second to second, we wouldn't be successful.
Oh, it is. It is logged.
And you know how to do it.
Almost 30 seconds to the minute.
Exactly.
Every single thing and who's supposed to do it and how they're going to do it and what do they need to do it. So
exactly. So we know how to do it. It's just applying it for ourselves.
Our own lives. Yeah.
And that's as women, that's the one thing we put a lot of people before us and it's about going, okay, I need to get away this clutter because if I don't have this clutter cleared away, whether it's material things in my home, whether it's my mind, whether it's, like in-laws or somebody like, coming over like every day and you don't want them to come over and you haven't handled that. It's like all these things start, topping up and then we just spill over and it spills into all areas of our lives. And people wonder why, some people snap and they just go, you're like, I've done it. And I'm like the nicest person, but when I snap, it's not pretty. And I was just like, wow, if I had handled all these things before, that point, it would have been so much, more productive and for everybody. So it's just, the self-care, the self-love is so important for us as women. Absolutely. And, so I always strive. I'm doing actually a vision board class, so that's coming up. That'll be next month. So let's all get everyone together and we'll have some fun. There'll be like a little bit of wine and some food and things like that. But it'll just be the girls. Yeah, and we'll be doing vision boards. We'll bring a whole bunch of books and stuff and just cutting up pictures and just creating this vision board. You don't have to do a vision board at the beginning of the year or the end of the year. People are always like, oh, it's a New Year's thing. Right. It's like, no, it's anytime. Like, let's do it every couple of months. Last year I had a vision board and everything on my vision board came true except one thing.
What was that one thing?
Well, I'm still single.
Okay.
So that's an accomplishment,
though. All
but
the
I'm
rest.
working on it. So those are the things, but that I'm very specific, and I'm very specific about things now, and everything is so detailed now, and I'm always very detailed about what I pray for. Now everything is like you say, down to the second. It's down to the detail. Yeah. So, what do you think other things are that have made you successful in your lives?
I really believe in creating with intent. I'm really big on that. Okay. I also have been not even trying something, but I've been living something called not being in the consideration of others. And so I think a lot of times we get stopped because we're considering so much that we don't even do the thing that we were intending to do. Right? We get prematurely stopped because we're considering everyone else and all of these things, and I can't do and I can't do that. I was recently talking to one of my really good girlfriends of like 20 years, and she was like, I want to move. I want to do this and I want to do that. And she has kids and she has an ex-husband and all these things. And she's like, I can't do this. I can't do that. I said, why don't you just plan it and do it, and everything will fall into place. Yes. Don't create your life based upon your circumstances. Right. Create your life the way you want it, and the circumstances will fall in line. Absolutely. So I've been really just, speaking that and really looking at living that. Yeah. Will it be exactly how you thought it should be? Maybe not. But at least you got some of it. Yeah. At least you tried, and you're not thinking, oh, because I have kids, I can't do that. Yeah. Because of my ex-husband, I can't do this.
Limiting beliefs as well. And, and that's playing that old tape back. And we play that old tape back. Well, it didn't work before, or, someone's going to get upset. I really love that you said that, because, so much of us do that. And it's also the fear. What if? Sure. So it's the what ifs. Like, what if they, this person doesn't accept this decision? Or, I remember when I was moving from Canada to LA 4.5 years ago, everybody thought I was nuts. And I probably was nuts, but I'm like, I had a beautiful life. I had all my family, my friends. I had a great career. I had everything I needed and more, but I wasn't satisfied. I was hungry for more, and I knew there was more life to live, and I knew that I needed to just keep pushing forward. And so I was like, I kept saying, I spoke intention into it. And my girlfriend and I, we used to walk to the gym every single morning. And I was like, one morning I go, I'm going to move somewhere warm. And so every morning I thought, you know what? I'm going to keep saying it out loud. Ooh. So guess what? I'm going to be moving somewhere hot and warm. And she's like, I know. Like, you told me. I was like, no, I'm going to tell you every single day until I do it. 10.5 months later, I moved to California.
I love that.
So speaking, breathing life into things and speaking things into intention. Because if we see it and we believe it, it can happen. And so I could have gone, well, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if I don't get a job? What if I don't get my green card? What if all these things. And like you said, or what if my family's upset with me, or, I hurt their feelings, or, what if I can't get a job? Like, all these things were going through my mind at first. And I thought, you know what? Remember that one of your favorite quotes. And one of my favorite quotes is, jump and the net will appear.
I love that.
Right? Yeah. Because it's so true. Because we don't know we don't know. We don't even know if we have another hour today on this planet.
Oh my God. Nothing is promised, right?
Right? No. And the beautiful thing I heard in an audio yesterday, are you waking up every day and living your life like it was your last? And we say that,
I
we're like,
know,
oh yeah, I live like it's your last day. We'll write it in a quote or Facebook or social media.
It's true.
But really, did you, I thought about it. I was like, did I live today? Like if it was my last day, I would be happy that I, conquered all these things and I lived as the best person and kind and compassionate, caring and serving, being an active service to other people. And I was like, absolutely not. It completely changed my whole day. So it's actually just yesterday that I heard that again. And I thought, okay, today I'm going to wake up. Yesterday was kind of a crappy day. It was like little things kept going wrong. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. It's going to be okay. So I woke up today. I was like, okay, this is my last day. It's not, but it's going to be like my last day. And today was so awesome. No matter what, came at me, I was like, I got this.
Yeah.
And just keep remembering, I got this. You guys you two are such amazing women. I've followed you on social media and I've seen you in action and seen you around other people. I really hope that, you guys reach out to these women because they're phenomenal. And I love the balanced mom. You definitely are living it, breathing it. And I love, Single Moms Planet. So where do we find you guys? We've got about 10 minutes left, but I want to know where we find you on social media and how we can be part of these organizations.
Definitely. Single Moms Planet. We're at singlemomsplanet.com.
Okay.
And then across the board for social media, we're at Single Moms Planet.
Okay.
And you can also email us, support@singlemomsplanet.
Okay.
And so we'd love for you guys to be a part of our community, join us.
Yeah.
We have a Facebook group. We have a private Facebook group.
Awesome.
That's ran by all the moms that are a part of the community.
Mm-hmm.
We'd love to have, new members and participants and volunteers, donations. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. Okay. And so, having this type of organization in a community is so important.
It is.
50% of marriages are ending in divorce, and kids just, they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And so, but what we know is that when we have a healthy mom and we have a healthy dad, there's a healthy community happening because the kids are going to be healthy.
Yeah.
Right. And even if you're not a single mom or a single dad, or your mom and dad weren't a single mom and single dad, because of the divorce rate and because there's a lot of single moms by choice now, women are doing it by choice.
Yes. True.
There's a huge probability that your son or daughter will be dating and or marrying someone that was raised in a single mother household. Yeah. Right? So we want to start that healing soon. We don't want the kids to bring more divorce into the lineage of their family. Nice. Right? And so, having that healing early, I think, is so important. Yeah. And prepping our kids for greatness, right? That's what it's all about. We want to produce greatness in the building, Yeah. And it is in less psychiatry bills.
Yeah, exactly. I know, right? No offense to my, psychologist friends,
we love you, but
we love you, but we would like to be able to provide the service as the parents and the people. Yeah, and I think that's great, and you're definitely succeeding in that. Asia, where do we find you on social media to follow you and follow the Balanced Mom?
Yes, so to follow my website, which will have my blog, which will have all my upcoming challenges and programs and interviews. One central location is my website, www.asiasaffold.com.
Okay, two F's in there.
I was going to say, people always ask, F as in Frank, OLD.
Okay.
.com. And you can follow me on social media at Asia, ASIA, Saffold as well.
Beautiful. Okay, girls, I'm going to ask you, what is it that makes you a successful wife? What is your key secret to being a successful wife and staying in a marriage and making it work?
I would say number one by far in my life and my marriage has been keeping Christ first, keeping God, and just kind of having that central kind of go-to, because in some instances we can't fix it ourselves. We're all human. life happens,
Yeah.
and sometimes you have to lean on something outside of yourself. So we love to lean on the Lord whenever we're facing difficulties. And another thing in a marriage, I would say, don't lose yourself in a marriage. So to be a good wife, you have to be a good you,
Nice.
You have to be your best self so that you can give your family, your best to them. So
Beautiful.
providing for yourself, living, and then from there, everything else kind of falls into place. I would say.
I love that. That's great. Okay.
I love
It's
it.
your turn.
Oh, wow. I counsel a lot of married couples, which is, I love it. I love it because I'm a huge, like I said earlier, I'm a huge advocate for marriage and couples staying together. I would definitely say, I would lean on what Asia said. It's definitely having that foundation of your spirituality, whether if it's, for me, it's Christ. For others, it may be something else.
Right.
Yeah, a higher
But
power, spirituality.
Yeah, whatever
it may
that
be.
is, like standing on that. I think also too, I think sometimes we get a little off kilt about the dynamics of the layering of the marriage. I do believe it's that foundation. Then you have the husband and you have the wife. I believe that you guys are standing together, but definitely the husband is that foundation. Right. That's my belief.
Yeah, I like that.
And then you have the kids. So no matter what, the three of you, which is your spiritual foundation, the couple, and then the kids, because the couple's going to be there regardless if the kids are there or not, right?
Yeah.
Because the kids that get older, they grow up and they move out. And so definitely being able to take each other on and listen to each other, but having the ability to be molded within each other, not needing to be right all the time or, to prove a point, allowing each other to grow and build each other up and support each other, I think is really
Nice.
key too.
I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely agree with that. And I always ask couples that have been married for 10, 15, 20, 30 years what the secret is to their success. And the guys are always cute. They're like, well, she's always right. That's what the guys always say. It's very adorable. And the women always say, it's communication. And again, I think really not losing yourself. And what I've found through relationships and through the end of relationships is really, standing true to yourself, like you said as well, and having your own life, having something of your own, and not being so immersed in one another that you lose yourself. Because I've
easy to
lost
do.
myself in relationships before, and I've learned a lot about myself and how not to do that again. And allow them to have the space to grow, like you said, and allow you to have the space to grow. And together, as well as on your own, as individuals and as parents as well. Love is not a possession, and a lot of us, try to control things and squeeze the life out of it and squeeze the love out of it. So really just, loving and respecting and understanding and being happy rather than being right is also what you said.
It's huge.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing that's been my success in some of my relationships. So I've had so much fun. I wish we could talk for more, time, but we'll definitely have a part 2. I'd like to thank my sponsors as well. You guys are leaving with these. So Quest Bar is the new yummy flavor, and it's a smash bar. And then we've got SWAT Fuel. So when you're doing your workouts with me, you're going to want these.
Yes, I'm going to need
On
that.
the beach, we're going to have fun. So I thank you so much for being here today, both of you. And I wish you all the continued success in your lives. And I know it will be. And follow them, both of them, on social media, you guys, and support the Single Moms Planet and also the Balanced Mom. You guys want to jump in? We're going to do some vision boards next month. Thank you so much again, and stay blessed, stay healthy, and stay happy, and be true to yourself. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.